Is
Okay.
is the left one a clutch, yeah? A good idea to like give the instructor or the invigilator like a sweetie or something to begin the day.
CT. Alright, so today we're with our student Malik. Malik, what are you saying?
What's going on,
You good?
man? Yeah.
Alright, so you've come from another instructor. You've had quite a few lessons with them,
Yeah,
but it was
nice.
time back, right?
Yeah, time ago. Yeah.
About a year or so. So you haven't driven for about a year. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna assess you. While we're assessing you, we're gonna do a bit of a mock test as well.
Okay.
In fact, we'll do a mock test. Maybe leave out 1 or 2 things like a sat nav, just because we just want to see how you drive with this car. And that's it. Yeah.
Perfect.
You ready
Yeah,
for
sounds
it?
Good. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna pass this mock test?
I hope
How
so.
do you feel about your
It's a
driving?
completely different car because I was driving an Astra
Okay,
before
yeah,
this,
yeah.
but yeah, hopefully I get familiar with it throughout the course of the mock test. Yeah.
If anything goes wrong, don't worry. I'm always here. I'm gonna take control if anything happens.
Yeah. I hope you don't have to. So like, I hope I'm able to have control of this bad boy right here. So yeah, let's do it.
Hey guys, before we start, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Click the button for the latest videos on your driving and how to pass your driving test, as well as how to avoid failing your driving test. In today's video, we've got a student that's got a little bit of an experience, has driven before but hasn't driven for about a year or so quite a long time. We're going to do like a little mock test and let's see how they progress with the test. If there's any faults that you spot and I didn't, let me know, comment below. If there's any difficulties that you're facing in your driving, let me know, comment below, and I'll try to make a video on it. Let's get straight into it.
Okay, Malik, before we start, we're just going to go through one show me, tell me question. Tell me what the correct level of the head restraint is.
It is the rigid part should be in line with the top of the X.
Yeah, okay. Whenever you're ready, start the car, and we'll go to the end of the street and turn left. Take the next road on the right, please. Go straight through. End of the road, turn right. Take this road on the left.
A lot of meeting points here, right? Oh, that's cute, little baby. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
South for you. A lot of speed bumps in the way. I'd like you just to pull over on the left just before the red car, please. And that's fine, around here is fine. Okay, whenever you're ready, move off from here and turn right at this road.
Turn right here?
Yes.
Won't give you a scare there, mate. Alright. Is
Okay.
is the left one a clutch, yeah?
We're in the middle of a mock test, Malik. Alright, cool. Jokes aside, let's carry on with the mock test. Okay, you want to find somewhere on the right to park, please.
Okay, somewhere on the right. Not there.
Okay.
A bit forward. Sorry. Just to make sure that I'm not in someone's driveway. It's right there actually. I'll just make it a bit more. Just in case.
In your own time, Malik. In your own time.
Thank you.
As long as it's done by today.
There you go.
Yeah, you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Alright, finally. What we're gonna do, we're gonna reverse back 2 cars length. We're gonna do a reverse exercise right now.
Okay.
Yeah?
Cool. Got the reverse gear. Okay. Just 2 car lengths, yeah?
Yes, please, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to bring it up to biting point because it's a downhill.
Great to see your driving lessons have come in handy.
Even though he's not as good as you. Alright. Yeah, I would say that's about
Okay.
maybe 2.5.
That's fine, yeah? Move on from here, please, yeah?
Okay.
Turn left at the end of the road.
Lovely day to be driving, isn't it, Farhan?
It is. It is. What would you normally be doing at this time?
Probably just inhaling in a lot of pollen.
Pollen.
Outside, man. Yeah, definitely. It's my favourite pastime as somebody with hay fever.
Let's just deal with this road first.
Alright.
Stay in this lane. We're just going to come off and take the first exit on the roundabout.
If McDonald's is open, really miss my fish and fillet.
Right, you're gonna go towards Greenford. Follow the signs towards Greenford. So just stop here. Let the police go and then carry on. Comfortable, Malik?
Yes,
Yeah.
very. I realised that I misplaced
What's that?
the mirror up, so I'm having to
Okay,
peek
okay.
down. So I'm trying to.
Oh, is that why you're relaxing
slouch,
like? Okay,
exactly,
alright.
yeah, so I can see properly.
Lovely reasoning. Lovely
Definitely.
reasoning. We did say fix the
Very
seat and
logical.
everything
Very
right at the beginning. So what we'll do, we'll pull over somewhere and fix the mirror then, if that's the case.
That's all right.
Driving straight for now.
Sorry about that. Abrupt stop. I think I jinxed the weather. I said it was lovely, and look at it now. It's just
British weather. Can't make up his mind, can it? Bit like you're driving. Already playing.
very much like my driving.
You're going to take the second exit on the roundabout. Second exit.
All right.
Malik, take this road on the right, please.
Yeah.
And let's take the next road on the right, please. Just pull over on the left, past the speed bump. Don't worry about the driveways up ahead. That's fine. Stop here, please. Okay. Secure the car and turn the engine off. Yeah, turn the engine off. Okay.
And that was the end of the mock test. We left a few things out. Obviously, in the time that we have, we can't do every single thing, every single maneuver. We didn't even do the sat nav, but we will come back to this student later on, as this was his first lesson, and we were just assessing him really, as well as applying a bit of a mock test in it. So you can see right at the beginning, the student was trying to get comfortable with the car. It was a bit rough with the gear changes, even the steering incorrectly, losing control of the car slightly, being a bit too close to the cars on our left or to the pavement. But I didn't give any feel. I was on the verge of sometimes taking control, but the student reacted in time. That shows the experience that the student has, that they're able to correct themselves quick enough before myself as an examiner or as a instructor. But the disadvantage of having all that experience and then having a long break is that you may sometimes forget some of the rules or become a bit too lazy with them, as you've seen with my students steering. So too many times, right at the beginning, you see as soon as the student moves off, the hands are really low. So I noticed that straight away, and then as the test progressed, non-stop hands are too low. I've even intervened by saying, yo mate, are you comfortable enough? Obviously the examiner would intervene, but because we're in a slightly mock test, I just got at that stage I just thought, you know what, this is enough now. Come on, put your hands back up, let's be a bit more safe. That's the reason why I've slightly intervened and just said,
Comfortable, Malik?
are you comfortable?
Yes,
Yeah.
very.
So that was my way of giving a hint, like, fix up. In the exam they will never do that. They will just allow you to make that mistake and give you a major for at the end. We also saw the mirror checking was a bit lazy, so on a long stretch of road, they would not be looking at their wing mirrors, or even sometimes the order of the MSM routine would be incorrect. So they would signal first, then they would do the mirror checks. So that's a disadvantage of having experience, but having a big break. But as the test progressed, the student was more and more comfortable with the car. Despite the stalling, credit to the student as well, they reacted in time. As soon as the car stalled, they stopped the car and put the handbrake up so the car didn't roll back. But we saw afterwards that as they were turning left, there was no indicator. You can see the dangers. Imagine that if there was a bike behind us and the student is going left, but there's no indicator, so the bike's thinking, okay, let me squeeze in from the inside, start turning left, because the car in front, our car, is gonna go straight, so there'll be space. But no, now our car is gonna turn left, hitting that bike. That's a potential scenario. That's the reason why it's a serious fault. No indicator for turning left on a roundabout. And of course, then we came across a bus lane, and there was a car in front actually that moved away from the bus lane, and possibly due to that, the students saw that and thought, let me just move out the way as well. You have to read the sign, you have to read the bus lane time. If it's not in operation, you should be using it. And the student had plenty of time to read the bus lane time. There was a few more occasions where we had the chance to move back in, but my student carried on driving, unaware that we're allowed to use a bus lane. Even there was a car that undertook us. That was also another hint that maybe we're allowed to use a bus lane. Not always the case. Maybe you're not allowed to use a bus lane, but read it. So we've highlighted all the major faults, the reasons why you can fail in red. The amber is a minor fault. I'm not going to give a major, but I will be faulting. Even I put a white annotation, white box. Some mistakes we will decide, you know what, we're not going to mark it down, but it's a potential risk of getting a minor fault. So that's how we marked it here.
Cool. So how do you reckon your test went, man?
Yeah,
That was like an assessment, slightly mock test.
I think it wasn't smooth as much as I wanted
Right at the
it to be.
beginning.
And also, yeah, just kind of getting to grips with the clutch.
Thing is, look, you haven't driven for a long time. It's a brand new car.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get used to it. Obviously, you came from another instructor, so and a
Yeah.
different car. So that's why initially I think the gears were rough in
Yeah.
the wrong gear. But that's quite common. So don't worry too much. As the test progressed, you were actually very smooth, despite that stalling.
That stalling, that stalling, I think it has a mental effect on. I mean, like makes me less confident, like throughout the rest of the drive.
Yeah.
Because then you assume, for the worst.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
So in the test, never straight away assume you failed.
Yeah.
Because even though you stalled,
Yeah.
I was on the verge of pressing the brake, but you're quicker than me.
Yeah.
And there was no cars behind anyway. So you had a bit more time to react, which you did.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have failed you.
And the other thing generally, like
You
how
just stop
to
in the-
prevent like stalling and that kind of stuff. Like how do I go about that? Like because
Yeah,
that's a major thing, isn't
Not
it?
necessarily. Stalling doesn't
Okay.
mean you fail your test automatically.
Yeah.
Depends on where you stalled, depends on how you reacted, okay? Okay, so if you stall, for example, in the middle of a crossroad, I'm going to give you an example of why it's a major. If you stall in the middle of a crossroad, what happens in a crossroad? The lights go red, what happens? Yeah? The cars are going to come. Now you're taking the extra 2 seconds to go. Now the examiner can give you a major fault, you see? But if you stall, for example, behind the line, and the lights change, that now it can become a minor fault, as long as you don't roll back, etc. You see the difference?
Okay.
So stalling depends on the
In the
situation and how you react to it. That's how you save yourself from getting a major or serious or dangerous fault. Yeah.
That's good to know. Actually.
Yeah.
Because I assumed like as soon as I stalled, oh that's it.
Yeah, no. Guys, so we have made another video on how not to stall. Check that out. Another thing happened, which it could have happened because you saw the car in front. So we're going to a road. There was a bus lane in front. The car moved across. Then you moved across. Do you remember?
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the question. So the bus was there.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say, Malik, what time is it? But that would have given you like a hint what to do. So I chose to stay quiet. But it's about 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
No, it's 2 o'clock.
I can be in the bus lane exactly.
Yeah, the bus says 7 to 10 and 4 to 7 p.m.
10, yeah.
What was going through your head? You just saw the car in front move, or what? What was going through your head?
So what was going through my head was the car in front kind of did this precautionary thing where no matter what time of the day it is, you never know, just stay away from the bus lane. But yeah, when it's 2 o'clock, throughout the UK, majority of places, are there any places where 2 o'clock you can't go into a bus lane? Or
Oh, there's plenty as well.
Yeah?
There's plenty out there as well.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, that's why you have to read the time. So now what happened was that we're on the right lane, the overtaking lane now. Even though it's just a normal road,
That's
but
a
it's
very
still an
good point.
overtaking road.
Yeah.
And there was actually 2 cars on our left overtaking. And that's why I purposely said, let's go green first, let's go left. So just to see if you're going to move back in left. It made it harder. Now you have to move back into the left lane.
Yeah, and also
more
try to
trickier.
anticipate as well.
And then you were trying to wait for the busing to finish, even though you're allowed to get into the bus lane. There was a car behind. It was becoming a bit too many things are happening. But that's why I did it purposely, so you can move back. Let me see what you do. So,
I think the traffic light was the first one.
yeah, so yeah, we did talk about that. So changed to amber. You started to move off, then you suddenly stopped. The car behind had to then react, and he's horning at you.
Yeah.
So what's the rule? It's flashing amber, no one's in front of you, you're allowed to drive off.
Yeah, I guess you know, when it's amber, if you don't you know, if you assume it's not flashing, then you have to second guess yourself. Think like, no, let me just stop. But then if it's flashing, it's obvious that I have to.
It's flashing, no one's on the road as well.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you decided to roll and suddenly stop. And that's why the car was rolling behind now.
To horn, yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
Southall,
yeah.
nobody, you know, we take no prisoners.
Exactly,
straight
mate,
away,
exactly.
yeah.
Anything else? Okay, one thing you did correct, I'll give it to you. It was a 20 miles an hour road, you were doing 25.
Yeah.
And credit to you,
brought it down
yeah,
a
you
little
did. Did you see it late, or you realize,
Yeah.
or
I think
what happened?
What's the so I think just seeing that it's 25, because it feels when you're in gear 3, for example, like during that stretch, I think it doesn't feel like it's 20, because it's a wide stretch of
Yes,
road.
yeah.
Whereas over here you can feel that it's 20.
Yeah.
So I think that's the illusion that I have to kind of like be mindful of, like for the
A
test.
lot of drivers
Yeah.
make the same mistake. Experienced drivers, people with a license, they see an open road, but the road limit is a road limit, and it's there for a reason.
It just makes me think, like, why is it 20 on such a wide thing? But I guess it's obviously the rules.
Become a counsellor, then I'm sure you can make it.
But then obviously there's schools, there's children and stuff like that, so you have to look at the warning signs as to why it's 20.
Okay, make a mistake, but you have to overcome that.
Exactly.
All right. What else? Anything else?
No, just generally kind of, I think making sure that, for example, checking. I wasn't checking this.
Yeah.
Mirror that
Sometimes I say turn right, you're checking this mirror for some reason.
much. Yeah. That was one of the
Mirrors you're a little bit lazy, a bit too relaxed with.
Yeah.
But I think you realise that as soon as you saw me staring at you,
Yeah.
and I did that purposely because in the examiners sometimes stare at you to like show you or give you a hint like what's wrong with your mirrors. And I've seen that happen, and the students just a bit, they're so focused on driving,
Yeah.
they don't realise the examiner's staring at them, and they're staring at them just to give you a hint. Like, come on, mate, do something about it.
I think another thing was, obviously I was checking my, the main
Yeah, I
mirror.
saw that.
But another thing, kind of like in terms of turning, I guess my hands could have been much more smoother as well, because I was like doing a bit of.
You're doing that, and you're driving with your hands like this, like one hand even.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, because you
bad
haven't
habit.
driven for a long time possibly, but why are you driving like that? You're too relaxed. And I obviously throughout the lesson, so throughout the test, I was saying something like, you're too relaxed, mate.
The reverse movement, was that too?
Yeah,
does that make
the reverse. So
I don't
when they
know.
test, okay,
Yeah.
remember they're testing you on your reversing skills. So they're going to make you pull up on the right, reverse back 2 cars. You took A forever to pull up.
Yeah.
B, you got a bit too close to the curb on the right, meaning when you reverse, more chances of you hitting the curb.
Yeah.
And 3, when you started to reverse, you didn't look over your back straight away. Yeah. Straight away, you should be looking at the back. You did eventually. Then you looked over twice, I think, at the back.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit satisfied that, okay, at least you looked.
Yeah.
But I was faulting you for that.
Yeah.
It's just like when you go forward,
Major, yeah.
because you quickly looked in time,
Yeah.
I think I would say no. Okay, but you have to, when you initially start looking at the back straight away.
And the other thing was, like, does it matter if we're like above 2 car lengths or like 3?
The examiner will come to it. It was 2.5, fair enough.
Yeah.
You decided to stop. It was fine. Had you gone a bit more, the examiner probably would have said, "That's cool. Let's stop here." So he would have probably definitely just said, "Stop. Let's go."
Okay, that's cool.
Okay. So apart from that, no, it's not bad. Few things to work on, but it is actually promising. It feels like you can you did eventually control the car. So initially it was really rough.
Yeah.
Few rules we have to make sure you remember: the bus lane rules. Don't drive with your hands too low. We can definitely fix that up. It's not difficult. We're going to make sure you have both your hands on the steering. Mirror checks a bit more thoroughly, especially that right mirror check. So before, whichever direction you go, if I'm turning right, interior right. If I'm turning left, interior left, then indicate. That's the other thing you're doing. You're actually indicating, then checking your mirrors.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a mirror check and then
MSM, innit? MSM, mirror signal maneuver. Yeah, you're doing the other SMM or something. Yeah, so what's that Rihanna song? No, let's not go there. MSM mirror, you're doing the other way around. Again, it comes from the fact that, okay, you haven't had driving lessons for a while. You haven't driven for a while at all.
So guys, we're just going to leave it there because I know I was editing quite a bit because my student was asking a lot of questions, so we were going through it thoroughly with my student. But I didn't feel like it was necessary for you guys to see all of that, and we've kept some of the most important questions for you guys, but the rest it was more catered to that student for their tests. Maybe in the future I'll make a video and I'll just show you all the questions that a student ask, if that's interesting for you guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. If there's any mistakes on our part, forgive us. Hopefully you enjoyed it and it was beneficial for your driving test.